A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all old-time radio.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Command the children of Israel that they bring unto thee pure oil olive beaten for the light, to cause the lamp to burn continually in the tabernacle of the congregation. And it shall be a statute forever in your generations.
The Eternal Light, the National Broadcasting Company, and its affiliated independent stations present The Eternal Light, a program which comes to you under the auspices of the Jewish Theological Seminary of America. Our program today, A Simple Matter, was written by Rhea Weinstein.
Yes, who is it?
David, sir.
Oh, come in.
Captain, sir. One of the women, she's having a baby.
Having a baby? Now? Where is she?
We took her to the infirmary, sir.
Will you call Dr. Ash?
Yes, sir. The doctor's with her now, and her husband as well. The mate said to advise you, sir.
Oh, is the mate there, too?
He's standing by, sir.
Well, good. Keep me informed, David.
Aye, aye, sir.
A woman is having a baby aboard my ship. Another soul struggling to be born and already fleeing for its life. How does that happen? I'm afraid. I, a fighting man, a national hero. It says so in the children's book. Once upon a time, there was a sea captain who was a great hero. He was a fighting man and very brave. Once upon a time. But the time is now, the present, 1957. And I don't want to fight. I hate to fight. It shames me. I'm a civilized man. Men have the gift of communication. They've organized for themselves a world court of justice. Then why resort to violence? I abhor violence. But I've had to fight all of my life.
Yes? Yes, come in.
Captain?
Oh, news so soon. Well.
No, sir. I just thought I'd tell you that there's an obstetrician aboard, a Dr. Petere, a lady we picked up in Naples last night.
Oh, one of the refugees?
Yes, sir. Shall I wake her?
Oh, no, only if the doctor thinks it's necessary. Now, wait a moment, David. I'll ask you myself. Please keep me informed. But better still, see if you can hook up my telephone to the infirmary.
Yes, sir.
It's past 4 o'clock in the morning, but I cannot sleep. The nature of my cargo disturbs me. We, the Zion, newest ship of the Zim Israel Navigation Company, took on 77 human souls in Naples last night. Refugees from Egypt seeking haven in Israel. Human souls being tossed on the sea, unwilling to leave, but glad to be going somewhere. Listen to them.
They're holding my brother hostage. He's a prisoner. Did he make you sign a paper? saying you were living on your own free will?
They took everything from us, even my grandfather's gold watch. And then they politely gave us a receipt to show the United Nations that nothing illegal is going on. We've been dispossessed. We are paupers.
Our family has always lived in Egypt, nowhere else. We're not responsible for the war.
Where are we going, Mother? Where are we going?
We killed the snake, but the poison had spread. How many times, O Lord, would we have to kill the same snake? As I look at them, I think of Jonah.
There. How does that feel?
Well, I'm not sure, Jonah.
We'll soon find out. Now, here, bite on this paper. Bite down hard. I don't know. Now, let's see. Nothing. It's perfect. You'll feel fine then.
Now, are you sure? I'm sailing tonight, and I don't want any trouble with my teeth while I'm gone.
Don't worry about your teeth. You'll have a dentist aboard.
Now, what does that mean? What are you talking about?
It means that I'm sailing with you tonight.
Oh, they need dentists in Tobruk?
No, not dentists. They need truck drivers.
Now, don't tell me you volunteered as a truck driver.
Oh, how do you suppose the ammunition you're carrying to Tobruk would get to Benghazi?
But why should you travel on an ammunition ship? It could be dangerous.
Yes, Captain, but I want to go along just in case you get a toothache.
Toothache?
The Allies were having a bad time in Africa, and Jews from Palestine volunteered by the thousands. My ship was requisitioned by the Allied command for ferrying supplies and ammunition from bases in Malta and Haifa to the troops in Africa. If you want to help, I heard Jonah say, you give what is needed, not what you wish to part with. There was no confusion in Jonah.
Slow ahead.
Go ahead.
All stop.
All stop.
Drop anchor.
Drop anchor. Ben, aren't you going into port tonight?
No, Jonah, this unloading operation is going to be a little complicated. We'll need daylight.
Abrams, we're slowing down.
Oh, thanks.
We're stopping.
Thank you for breaking the news.
That was Levinson. He was dedicated to the theory that the Jews must be a nation and have a country of their own. But he was a hothead and seemed ever on the verge of getting into an argument. He shipped with me, he said, to take care of me, because I was a man of action and needed a thinking man beside me. Levinson was my oldest friend, a thorn in my side, but I loved him.
Why are we stopping? What's going on?
Well, I've decided to wait for the dawn and make a run for it.
As soon as it's light enough to see, we'll be a target for Nazi dive bombers.
We'll be in port before they wake up.
In port? Exactly where they'll get us. One hit, and we'll be in Kingdom Come.
In that case, perhaps you'll convey my kindest regards to your grandmother, may she rest in peace.
Think hard, Abrams. Are you sure you're doing the right thing?
All I want is to get the cargo on the docks. That's my first responsibility.
Now, what about the men? What about us? You're taking a great responsibility upon yourself.
I'm not taking all of it upon myself. I'm leaving a little to God. With His help, we'll come through.
No, sir, you can't handle things that way. You aren't in partnership with God. You can't divide responsibility, you a little, God a little.
Yes, I can. I always do. Now, Levinson, go on and get some sleep. Don't think so much. It doesn't agree with you. You're getting nervous and sick. Go on, go to sleep.
Sleep? At a time like this? Abrams, sometimes I fear you have no feelings at all. You've lost your sensitivity. There lies the only real danger to the human soul.
You see what I mean about Levinson?
Sprinklers.
Hey, sprinklers!
Here's sternlines.
Hey, sternline!
Unload your cargo.
Unload cargo!
Well, Ben, we made it. And here's where I leave you.
Goodbye, Jonah. Don't let the savages devour you.
Oh, we're all part savage. It's a matter of degree.
Well, I don't consider myself a savage.
Well, you may be very sure the enemy does.
Now, don't be such a saint. Don't let them get you.
Not if I can help it. When will you be back here?
Well, if we're lucky, we'll be back here next Thursday.
Well, good luck, then.
Same to you, Jonah. Hello, infirmary. If Dr. Ash is there, tell him the captain wishes to speak with him. Well, good morning, Doctor. You please tell me how things are progressing. Is the mother all right? Oh? I'm sorry to hear it. You got all the help you need? Good. Doctor, will you call me, please, if there's any change? Thank you. It will be a difficult birth, the doctor says. I'm sorry for the woman. I wonder which is worse for her, the physical pain or the mental anguish. The world she has known has betrayed her. She's going to a new country. A country so new, so raw, it's still struggling with the afterbirth. And where will her child find safety? Better keep it within her as long as possible. The child who's been reposing in the blissful shadows is frightened. A terrible force is attempting to dislodge him from his safe harbor. He's resisting. Outside, there's chaos. The chaos before the creation. And creation is always difficult, Jonah used to say. He said it that day I found him waiting for me on the dock of Tobruk. Jonah, what are you doing here?
Well, Ben, how are you? I've been waiting here for you all night. I was beginning to think your ship had expired of old age.
Oh, not quite yet.
Well, what are you carrying this time? Supplies or ammunition?
Why, we're carrying history. Churchill says we're about to unload history. But this time, it's in the form of ammunition.
Have you heard any more about the Jewish Brigade?
Rumors, nothing more. I doubt whether they'll ever allow us to fight under our own flag.
What difference does it make? It's the same fight. Don't make it any more complicated than it is. They're fighting the tyrant.
And it doesn't matter to you who the enemy is.
The enemy is always the same. Hitler, Haman, Antiochus. The enemy is tyranny.
Well, think about that some other time. Well, Jonah, it's going to be a beautiful day, I'm afraid, with a Hitler sky. Any moment now, the Luftwaffe will be honoring us with a visit.
Well, Ben, here's a letter I want you to give to my wife.
Oh, I'll be glad to.
A great honor has been bestowed on me.
Oh, so? Congratulations. What happened?
A group of us have been entrusted with a secret mission.
Huh? I see. Involving the greatest personal danger, I presume.
Yes?
I think I understand. You volunteered for a suicide squad to go behind enemy lines.
Now, you don't have to put it so technically.
But, Jonah, why a suicide squad?
I have another letter here, too, someplace. Oh, here it is. Here. From Rosenthal to his wife.
And who's Rosenthal?
My mechanic. You know, you should see him, Ben. Half my size with the stamina of a camel. I've seen him work 24 hours straight in the burning sun with automobile parts so hot they burnt his hands. He's fighting a private war with Hitler.
Aren't we all?
No. That's incidental. A new world will come out of this. A world governed by law, a court of justice. This is the chaos before the creation, Ben. Creation is always difficult and painful. We'll be civilized eventually. Wait and see. Uh-oh, here they come. You better get out of here.
Not until we're finished.
Well, one hit and we'll all be finished. I got work to do. Goodbye.
That was close.
Is that you, Lev? You hurt?
No. Concussion. Knocked the breath out of me.
If we only had a gun, I'd like to bring one of those heinies down.
Sure, if we had a gun. If we had a radar and trained personnel. And if we had a good ship under us, we wouldn't be expendable volunteers from Palestine.
They got our range.
Let's get out of here.
When I give the order.
Captain, sir, we've sprung place. We're shipping water.
The concussion must have loosened the rivet.
Lev, get on the pumps. Take what men you need. Keep us afloat, you hear?
Aye, aye, Benson.
Aye, aye.
Take cover.
Now, don't worry about me. You worry about yourself.
Keep your head covered. Don't be a fool. You're the only one among us who knows the harbor.
Jonah! What are you doing aboard?
Smoke. I saw smoke coming from the number 3 hold.
Oh, my God.
Wait, let me come with you.
Jonah, get off the ship!
Fire! Fire!
Liv, you down here?
Blow that door! Get out of here! Get out! Get out of here!
Where's the fire?
We don't know yet. We're looking for it.
Lay those fire extinguishers around me. I'm going to break into number 3.
Get the ship out of the harbor.
Flames, number 3, hold. Let's go.
I'll go. You're not expendable. Save yourself.
How many men are down here?
6, including myself. Go, for God's sake.
Jonah! Here.
What?
Here, I got a water hose from the lighter. Here's water. Take it. Lev, how's your shoulder feel?
How should a burnt shoulder feel? I'll live.
10 men hurt.
We were lucky. Nobody killed. What do you think? Will the ship carry us home?
Oh, yes. We'll make it.
Such confidence. Tell me something. How did your friend the dentist get mixed up in the firefighting?
Oh, he said he shouted orders like an admiral for the lighter lying alongside. It already cut itself adrift, but he got them to come back and give us their water hose.
Ginsburg, the dentist, suddenly became an admiral. Telling you, Ben, where would the world be without independent thinkers like Ginsburg and myself?
In the merchant navy, we don't need independent thinkers.
You don't need us? Was there ever a fighter like Jonah Ginsburg? And do I measure what I give? Do I have more to give than my life, which I voluntarily give every moment I'm on this ship?
Oh, come on now, Lev. I didn't mean it that way. I meant only that in time of war, discipline is important.
The need for discipline is to make sure that everyone works together efficiently. A thinking person understands this. Why do you suppose Jonah Ginsburg joined the suicide squad?
How should I know? I doubt if he himself knows.
It's very simple. He understood that there was an important job to be done, and that somebody had to do it.
And to you, this is simple.
Yes. For a volunteer, life is simple. All the decisions have been made beforehand. He knows what he has to do, and he does it. I promise you that for your friend Jonah Ginsburg, life is simple.
Jonah fought without hate. His greatest dream was of the time when a Jewish state would live freely in friendship and cooperation with all its neighbors. sailor survived the many dangerous missions he carried out for the Allied cause, and he lived to see Israel declared a nation. 2 days later, an Arab sniper fired through an open window where Jonah was dining at a friend's house. Shot him dead. Captain Abrams here. Oh, yes, Doctor.
The mother is worn out. We feel that the child is in danger. We have decided to operate.
What about the facilities? Are they adequate?
The chief engineer has rigged up some spotlights, made us sterilizing instruments. Dr. Petere will operate. I will assist.
What do you think are the chances of success?
With God's help, we will succeed. We will do our best.
Captain Abrams felt like an expectant father. And when you expect, you also reminisce. As he moved toward the future, he thought back 2 years ago to 1955 and to the maiden voyage of another ship under the flag of Israel. The spanking new Tamar, owned and operated by the Zim Israel Navigation Company of Haifa, sailed from Haifa August 11th at about the time Hurricane Diane was being spawned in the Caribbean. By the time the Tamar docked at the Silco Terminal in Bridgeport of August 28, 1955, southern New England had been laid waste. The task of reconstructing homes, factories, streets, roads, and bridges was monumental. It was a special moment in America.
Heave bar lines. Heave spring line. Heave stern line. Unload your cargo.
For Winstead.
For Torrington.
For Naugatuck Valley.
For Waterbury.
We, the smallest nation of the world, were able to bring help when it was most desperately needed to America, the greatest nation in the world.
From the Bridgeport Sunday Post, August 28, 1955. Israeli flagship docks here. We are happy to welcome the captain and the crew of the 3,900-ton merchant freighter Tamar. The vessel will be open for public inspection, and tonight the captain and crew will receive a real welcome from Bridgeport civic leaders at the dinner and reception in the social hall of Congregation Road of Sholem. We hope this visit to the Tamar will be repeated many, many times. Its cargo, cement, is symbolic in a way of the trade relations we would like to see established between the port of Haifa and the port of Bridgeport. From the Bridgeport Post, August 30, 1955. Bridgeport welcomes the SS Tamar. Mayor to speak. Mayor McLeavy, Sigurd Swanson, President of the Bridgeport Chamber of Commerce, and Martin Ryan, Chairman of the Chamber's Post Development Committee, will also speak. Among the guests will be Governor Ribicoff, Isaac Shine, Abraham...
What was it Levinson said to me? We were coming into New York Harbor on the maiden voyage of the first Israeli ship, the Tamar. We were standing together on the bridge.
Listen to them. Hello, New York!
Yeah, we're getting a nice welcome.
What are you so glum about? What's the matter?
I'm confused, Lev. We have our independence, our freedom, but there's no peace. I'm not sure who the enemy really is. I'm not even sure who our friends are.
The trouble with you is that you think about peace and war in the old-fashioned way. That kind of war is like a children's game, children fighting with deadly weapons. You get the enemy on his back, he cries uncle, and the war is over. Peace is declared. Until the next time.
It's not that simple. Men have died, countries have been born, history has been made.
Who cares for that kind of history? The same world is cut up into different portions and redistributed. Some countries gain more power, others lose it, but man does not change. Men continue to be what they always were, a mixture of good and evil. That is the answer to your question.
Now, wait a moment, Lev. To what question is that the answer?
This is not the time to go into the philosophical aspects of good and evil, but that is the continuing fight. Your enemy is evil, and it is as old as man. So is good. The real war is between them.
To you, it's as simple as that?
Of course. And we have such a long way to go, my friend, and so much time to do it in. Let's enjoy ourselves along the way. Hello, New York! Hello, the whole world!
Captain Abrams here.
A boy, Captain. A nice boy. Mother and child doing well.
If you would like a copy of today's script, please send your name and address with 10 cents to cover the cost of postage and handling to the Jewish Theological Seminary of America, 3080 Broadway, New York 27, New York. Our Eternal Light drama today, A Simple Matter, was written by Rhea Weinstein. Cantor Robert Siegel sang the liturgical introduction. Featured in the cast were Henry Norrell, Jim Stevens, Marion Carr, Nina Hansen, Ivor Francis, Roger DeKoven, Michael Ingraham, Dean Lyman Almquist, Sam Raskin, and Alice Mann. This is Mel Brandt. Our program was directed by George Boutsas. This weekly program is presented under the auspices of the Jewish Theological Seminary of America. This is the NBC Radio Network. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Command the children of Israel that they bring unto thee pure oil olive, beaten for the light, to cause the lamps to burn continually in the tabernacle of the congregation. And it shall be a statute forever,
in your generations. The Eternal Light. The National Broadcasting Company and its affiliated independent stations present The Eternal Light, a program which comes to you under the auspices of the Jewish Theological Seminary of America. Our program today, The Key to David's Suitcase, was written by Joseph Victor.
My name is Helen Jenkins. I'm a social worker employed by a child welfare agency in a large American city. However, it's not about my work that I wish to tell you, but about a certain teacher and social worker in Israel where I visited last year. The teacher's name was Deborah, and I met her at one of the sessions on problems of disturbed children. When Deborah invited me to pay her a visit at the kibbutz Ramat Yohanan, where she was director of the school, I accepted with pleasure. I arrived at the kibbutz by bus after a ride through vineyards and orange groves, a countryside where every mile is a rediscovery of the biblical past. I saw Deborah hurry towards me.
Shalom, Helen. Oh, I'm so happy you could come, Helen. Did you have a good trip?
A little bumpy, but exciting.
Oh, I know. Our roads are not like yours in America. Come. We'll go to my office first, and then I'll take you around to see everything. Please come in, Helen. This is my office.
It looks very nice and modern.
It's only 2 years old. We do a great deal of building here, as you can see through that window.
Ah.
That structure over there is going to be an annex to our school.
How many pupils do you have, Deborah?
Let's see. There are 62. These are children of the members of the kibbutz. And recently we have received some additions. 12 children from the Youth Aliyah. That's the Jewish Agency Youth Organization. Most of the children they sent us are orphans.
Orphans?
Yes, their parents perished during the war or in concentration camps. And the little children come to us with different traditions, different languages, different cultures.
Oh, that must be quite a problem for you.
A problem? My dear, here we are so used to problems that I don't know what we do without them.
Oh, excuse me. I'll come back later.
Oh, that's all right, David. Come in. Yeah, you look excited. What's the trouble?
I've got wonderful news. They've accepted me to the Gar Hashara.
Oh, that's wonderful, David. Oh, I'm so happy for you. Oh, excuse me, Helen. This is David Gershon, one of our counselors.
Hello, David.
And this is Miss Jenkins, David. David has just been accepted as a member of the new agricultural settlement. That's why all the excitement.
Oh.
You see, Helen, for David, it'll be a new life, new beginning.
Congratulations, David.
Thank you. Well, I had better be getting back to the kids.
Yes, I think you better.
It was a pleasure to have met you, Miss Jenkins.
Thank you, David. What a charming boy. So alert, so vital.
Yes. David is a charming boy, isn't he? But I assure you, the David you just saw is a far cry from the David that came to us 9 years ago.
Wasn't he born here in kibbutz?
No, David was born in Prague. He's my special pride and joy. I should say the pride of the kibbutz. Because when he first came here, he was the most difficult, complicated, and disturbed child. He came to us with 15 other children, orphans like himself. Now, children, please come this way. Come on, and put your things down. Now, let's get acquainted. You've already met one of your counselors, Avram, and my name is Deborah. Now, this is going to be your new home. And I'll tell you all about it later. How we live here, about the garden, about the school.
And do you have cows and chickens?
Oh, of course we have, darling, and pigeons, rabbits. What's your name?
Lilka.
Oh, that's a lovely name. It says here on your card that you came from Warsaw. How old are you, Lilka?
I don't know.
She's 9. I'm her brother. I'm 11.
I'm 13.
My name is Hiram Levy. I'm going to be 11.
My name is Sarah. I'm an orphan.
So what? I, too, am an orphan.
We're all orphans.
And what is your name, boy?
I don't have to tell you.
Well, don't listen to him. He's a mule.
I am not a mule.
He's got a suitcase, and you know he won't let anyone see what's in it?
I know what his name is.
Don't tell her.
I will so. It's David. He's 10 years old and he was born in Prague. I know because
Don't tell her, you fool, you! You tattletale! I'll kill you!
Now, David, stop that. David, you mustn't go there.
All the time.
And please remember that for the future. And that was my first meeting with little David. While all the children were unpacking, washing themselves, and making themselves at home, David remained standing next to his little suitcase and just watched me. I walked over to him. Well, David, aren't you going to unpack? Here, give me your suitcase. I'll help you.
Don't touch my suitcase. It's mine. I know. You want to see what's inside, don't you?
I only want to help you, David. You're among friends now.
I have no friends. I don't need any friends.
Now, children, please stop that.
Shall I take them out for a little walk, Deborah?
An excellent idea, Alvin.
All right, children. Come with me.
Come on. All right. Now, David, you two can go with them to see the kibbutz as soon as you open your suitcase and put your things away. Well?
I told you I don't want to open my suitcase.
But, David, why not? Your things, your clothes,
Because I told you I'm not going to open it. I'm not. I want it closed. Look, I have the key and no one else can open it.
All right, David. If you'd rather have it locked, you can have it locked. Here we don't force anybody. You trust me, don't you?
No, I don't trust you. Only fools trust other people. I know. You want my things. Everybody does.
No, David, I don't want your things. But you do need a clean shirt. I'll be back to fetch your clothes and take them to the laundry. And please don't worry. I'll sew your name on every piece you give me. That night when I came into the room, David was already asleep, but his arms were tightly clutching the suitcase which he kept under the blanket. I stood there wondering what pitiful possessions that poor child might have inside the suitcase to make him feel so strongly about it. A few days later, there was a counselors' meeting at which I made it very clear that in the case of David, we were dealing with a problem child, a very disturbed child. And I'm afraid that his revolt against any authority, his distrust and his outbursts of violence against the other children will take a long time to overcome. We must try to create an atmosphere of trustful relationship with the entire staff. And most of all, we must have patience with David.
Well, what does it say in his records?
Well, not too much. All we know about David is that he's an orphan who was saved from the Nazis by a Czech family.
Well, does he still hold on to that suitcase of his?
I tried to persuade him to open it, but it's hopeless at present.
Do you have any idea what's in the suitcase?
No. For the present, I've decided to ignore it. Perhaps with time he will come...
Oh, heavens! Oh, I'm afraid that's your little David rebelling again.
He's not only my little David. He's our little David. I'll go see what happened. David! David, stop that! Why are you breaking the laundry window?
She won't give me my Sabbath clothes, that's why. I hate you. I hate all of you. You're all against me.
Now, David, no one is against you. Look at yourself. You haven't washed your face in 3 days.
I don't have to wash my face if I don't want to. And no one is going to tell me what to do. It's my face. It's my body, and I can do with it whatever I want.
But, David, you don't want your body to be dirty. It's not healthy. Now, what if the other children decided that they don't want you in the dormitory because you aren't clean?
Oh, sleep in the fields. In the chicken coop, anywhere. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of anything or anyone.
Well, in that case, since you're not afraid, won't you come along with me?
What for? Why should I?
To wash your face. Well, I thought you weren't afraid of anything or anybody. I'll tell you what, David. You come to my room, and if you'll wash your face, I'll let you work in the garden, water the flowers. Come, David. at yourself in the mirror. Why, you look entirely different. Now, if you just let me comb your hair.
No, I'll comb it myself.
As you wish. Here's the comb. David, I see you've refused to make your bed in the last few days. Why?
Because.
Now, you know that's no answer. Because.
Because I'm not like the other kids. They're like sheep. They do what everybody tells them to do. They're all stupid. Besides, I want to keep my suitcase under the blanket so no one will open it.
Now, David, you know your suitcase is locked and you're the only one who has the key to it. Why are you smiling?
It's the way I look in the mirror. Clean, like all the other kids. You know something?
Yes, David.
You're nice.
Well, thank you, David. You're nice, too, if you try. And, oh, David, how I wish you would try. It'll make you much happier. You'll be able to get along with the other children.
Your eyes?
My eyes? What about them?
They're black. Like my mother's eyes.
And tell me, David, do you remember your mother's eyes?
I always... Can I go water the flowers now? You promised.
Of course, David, you can go. Yes, David? Did you want to say something?
No.
I thought I'd gained a minor victory. But that same afternoon, in a fit of anger, or perhaps frustration, David tore up the flowers, the very same ones he loved to water. Everybody was angry with him, but he didn't care. I felt that if I knew more about his past, about his background, I might be able to breach the wall which he had created around him. But I knew that it would take time.
I like it. Aren't you coming with us on the hike, David? No, I don't like hikes, and I don't like you.
You're funny.
I didn't ask you.
The way you sit there alone with your suitcase, as if you had something in it.
Go away. Leave me alone. I'm thinking.
I bet I know what you're thinking about, Smarty.
Yes? What?
I don't have to tell you.
Yes, you do have to tell me. I have you on my power now. I can shoot you.
Let me go. You're hurting me.
I'm not afraid of anybody. You can't scare me. I know you're all against me, all of you.
Let go of me.
Kill you.
Time passed, but David did not improve. Instead, he provoked the other children into fights. He began to destroy things, and his aggression against everything and everybody became quite unbearable. At our staff meetings, I constantly had to defend him, to protect him. I must confess that privately I was full of misgivings. I knew that I was confronted with a deep fixation of some sort, and that perhaps my sympathy alone was not enough to help David. I decided to reveal my thoughts to my best friends, the children themselves. I called them together at a special class meeting and confided my troubled thoughts to them. Of course, David was not present.
But how can we make friends with David when he doesn't even talk to us?
How do you expect him to talk to us if he knows we don't like him?
Maybe it's up to us to try again and show him that we do want to be his friend.
I don't want to be his friend. He'll only start a fight like he always does.
But listen, children, if we don't try to help him, there's only one thing that can be done, and that is send him away from here. Maybe to a foster home.
Maybe he should be transferred to another kibbutz.
Is that what you want me to do?
Well, no. Why should we send David away from here when this is his home, the same as ours?
Oh, she's right. I don't mind trying to be friends with David. Even though he hit me when I tried to stop him from marking up the wall of the dining room with all that chalk.
I'll play with him, too. If only I knew he wouldn't try to hit me.
The trouble is that we've forgiven him so many times, he thinks we're afraid of him.
Oh, just the same, we have to show him that we love him, even though he's bad. We have to make him study and work just like us.
You know, I think we tease him too much about that suitcase of his. We should stop laughing at him. Maybe if we gave him things, a present or something.
Let's buy him a flute to play.
Don't pretend you're so friendly to him. After the meeting, you'll act differently.
No, I won't. I swear I won't.
I suggest that we elect 3 out of the class who will help David with his homework.
Please, children, now wait. First, let's have some order. I don't know how to tell you this. All I can say is that I'm grateful to you. I'm sure if we all try, we can do a lot to help David.
Wait, what if David refuses to accept our gift?
Well, if someone gave me 2 pigeons, I wouldn't refuse.
Shh, here he comes. Who's going to give him the pigeons?
We all will.
Yes, what do you want?
We don't want anything, David.
You're lying. I can see you're up to something. I'm not afraid of you.
You see, he's already starting up with us.
Keep quiet, Sarah. David, we want to talk to you like friends.
Tell him. David, we have a present for you.
A present? For me?
Yes, for you, David. Look, give him the pigeons. They're yours.
They're mine?
Mm-hmm.
They're small, aren't they? It must be some trick you're up to, I'm sure.
It's no trick, David. It's a present from the whole class because we all want to be friends with you.
How do I know you aren't just pretending? To make me open my suitcase and show you what's in it.
We don't care what's in your suitcase, David, as long as you try to learn things and as long as you try to be one of us.
And as long as you don't hit us.
That's why you're giving me the pigeons?
Don't listen to her, David. We had a meeting of the whole class, and we decided that we
Oh,
were
so
wrong.
you had a meeting and you talked about me behind my back.
But only nice things, David. I swear it.
We want to be your friends.
That's right, David. We want to be friends.
All right. I, too, want to be friends. What if Deborah won't let me keep the pigeons?
Why shouldn't she?
Because I don't know how to take care of them.
We'll show you how. It's easy. But first you must build a little house for them. Come on, let's all go to the carpentry shop.
I'm a good carpenter. I'll help you.
Come in. Oh, it's you, David. What a lovely little pigeon house you have there, David. Did you make it yourself?
No, Malcolm helped me.
Do you know how to take care of pigeons?
They showed me how.
Taking care of living creatures is a responsibility, David. You must treat them with kindness. Will you promise me that you will be gentle with them?
Yes. And what about 2 rabbits?
Rabbits? Why, David, you must first learn how to take care of pigeons. Then we'll see about the rabbits.
In the meantime, can I build a cage for the rabbits?
All right.
You...
Yes, David?
You were good to me. You never get angry with me, even if I do bad things.
Well, you see, David, I know that when you behave badly, it's not that you're really bad. It's because you're not always happy. Perhaps sometime when you feel like it, you can come in here and we can have a long chat about things.
About what things?
Oh, about anything you'd like to talk about.
I don't like to talk. It's not good.
Not even to friends who love you?
Mr. Parak and Mrs. Parak. They also said they loved me.
Oh? You never mentioned them, David. Who are they?
They took care of me in Prague. They put me in a room and kept me there so the Nazis wouldn't find me.
And?
But the Nazis came and took me with them. And Mr. Parak didn't say anything to stop them. That's why I don't like to have friends. I don't trust anybody. And that's why I keep my suitcase locked, so no one will know what's inside. They all would like to know. Wouldn't you like to know what's inside my suitcase?
No, David. I wouldn't.
You wouldn't?
No. But I would like to know how to make you happy, David. And I would like to know why you do some of the things in class. For instance, the other day I noticed that while the other children were doing their arithmetic, you were making little drawings in your notebook.
Would you like to see a drawing I made?
Yes, David, I would.
You promise not to laugh at me?
I promise.
Here, look at it.
Why, this is a very nice drawing, David. Who is it?
Can't you recognize it? It's you.
Oh, why, of course it is me.
Would you like me to give it to you?
Yes, David. I would love to have it. Thank you, David. Thank you.
What's the matter? Why are you sad? You're crying.
David, sometimes people cry not because they're sad, but because they're happy. And you have just made me very, very happy. After this conversation, and mainly thanks to the atmosphere of love and sympathy with which David's classmates surrounded him, David's whole attitude to his environment changed. He attended classes regularly, he began to do his homework, he took care of his appearance, and even though his suitcase remained locked, the same as before, it seemed that David was finally one of us. But I knew and I felt that the process was far from being finished. That there was something much deeper at the root of David's disturbance. Somehow I knew that the crisis was still to come, but I didn't know how or where or when. And then one day, while the children were in their classrooms... Now, Joshua, you tell us which city is the capital of France.
Paris.
That's correct. And the capital of the United States. Can you tell me, David?
Washington.
And do you know who it was named after? Well... What's the matter, David? Are you feeling all right?
The key. It's not in my pocket.
The key?
The key to my suitcase. They stole it. They stole it. Give it back to me. Who stole it?
What's in your pocket?
I didn't even know you had it.
I know.
No, David, you mustn't accuse anyone. Where are you going, David? David, wait. Come back, David. Leave her alone.
She opened my suitcase. She
opened
my
this minute. You're choking her. Let go of her, David.
She opened my suitcase.
Are you all right, Penina?
I found the key.
Oh, but Penina, why did you do it? Why did you? Oh, now that's enough, children. Everybody return to their classroom. You too, Penina. Now, David, please stop crying. Come on now. We'll put everything back in the suitcase just as it was, and you'll lock it again. Oh, what a nice photograph, David. Who is it, David? Well, David, won't you tell me whose photograph this is?
That's my mother and my father.
Oh? And the child on your mother's lap? Is that you, David? When you were a baby?
Yes. When I was a little baby. Before my mother and father were killed.
Yes, David?
I was there when it happened. When they came in. The Nazis. First they shot my father, and then my mother. I saw them shoot my father and my mother. I saw them.
Come, David. Shall we put everything back into the suitcase?
No. I don't want to keep the suitcase locked anymore. I want to leave it open.
Would you like me to get a nice frame for the photograph?
No. I want to make the frame myself. I'll put the picture of my mother and father in it, and I'll hang it right over my bed, like all the other children do. Yes, that's where I'll keep it. Right there, over my bed.
The next day I saw David in the garden. He was busy planting some rose bushes. When he saw me coming, he smiled and blushed. Hello, David.
Hello.
What are you doing?
I'm planting rose bushes. 3 rose bushes.
3?
Yes. 1 bush for my father, 1 for my mother.
And the 3rd one?
The 3rd one is for you.
If you would like a copy of today's script, please send your name and address with 10 cents to cover the cost of postage and handling to the Jewish Theological Seminary of America, 3080 Broadway, New York 27, New York. Our Eternal Light drama today, The Key to David's Suitcase, was written by Joseph Victor and was based on material supplied by Hadassah. Cantor Robert Siegel sang the liturgical introduction. Featured in the cast were Margaret Draper, Sandy Fussell, Mary Ann Goodson, Lynn Loring, Jack Grimes, Joy Dillingham, Madeline Pierce, and Bill Iden. This is Mel Brandt. Our program was directed by Walt Ergott. This weekly program is presented under the auspices of the Jewish Theological Seminary of America. This is the NBC Radio Network.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Command the children of Israel that they bring unto thee pure oil olive beaten for the light, to cause the lamps to burn continually in the tabernacle of the congregation. And it shall be a statute forever in your generations.
The Eternal Light. The National Broadcasting Company and its affiliated independent stations present The Eternal Light, a program which comes to you under the auspices of the Jewish Theological Seminary of America. Our program today, The Friend and Peter Stuyvesant, was written by Irv Tunick and is presented in observance of the 300th anniversary of the Flushing Remonstrance, which is being commemorated this week by the issuance of a special 3-cent stamp by the United States government.
Peter Stuyvesant scrawled his name on a parchment, scratched his nose, yawned behind his hand, and said,
Sheriff, bring in the prisoner, John Baum.
Bring in John Baum.
John Baum.
John Baum.
Off your hat.
Not to any man.
I said take it off.
Not by my will.
What is it, man? Are you stupid or stubborn?
I am neither. I am merely a man who respects God and is humble only before God.
Now, it would hardly be right to say that it all started with John Bound's hat, although the hat enters the story in more than a minor capacity. Rather, it started with the hanging of the placard on the wall of a tavern in Flushing, Long Island. That was Christmas Eve, 1657.
Young man, would you have the kindness to do an old man a favor?
What do you want?
The placard you just nailed to the wall, what does it say?
Can't you read?
English, yes. But I perceive that placard to be composed in that strange mixture of baboon babbling and moose mate calling calls known as Dutch. Some I know claim it is a language. I say it's merely an affliction.
You're a fool.
Yes, I've made a lifetime profession of it. That's why I've reached a ripe old age. Only an idiot pays attention to a fool. Now translate the placard. Is it another impost? Another beastly tax?
It is an edict from the governor, making it illegal for any resident of the colony to entertain those called Quakers on the premises. The fine is £50.
Another few words to preface may well be in order at this point. This town of Flushing that we talk of was hardly a town at all. A few clapboard houses, a tavern, a landing stage where the hardy could brave the stormy passage across Hellgate to New Amsterdam. Such was the town. As for the people, they were almost all Englishmen, refugees from the religious persecution of the old land or the bigotry of the new. They came to Flushing because of the promise of liberty of conscience, without molestation or disturbance from any magistrate. At least such was the wording of the patent granted to the town by the West India Company of Holland just a few years before. And now, the placard. They held a meeting the night the placard was hung.
It is this, or it is nothing. It is our charter, or it is nothing. It is all, or it is nothing. We have settled this wilderness, and, as it is said in the Bible, we have built sheepfolds
Tobias
for our
Peak
flocks
is the
here,
orator, a
and
tall,
cities for our
spare
children.
man with a face that looks
We
like
have
an
done this
exclamation
for a
point
promise.
in brackets.
A promise of liberty to indulge in our beliefs, as we do truly believe. Now it is a case of what is given being taken. This we cannot suffer. This we cannot permit.
Speeches! Always speeches! Stop with your speeches!
What then can we do?
Fight back!
Fight Peter Stuyvesant?
Aye, fight the devil himself, for truly they are the same. Edward Hart, our esteemed town clerk and scribbler par excellence, do you have a quill sharpened and a spot of paper not yet defamed with some further wickedness of the governor?
I have paper.
Well, then write as I say, and write fast, because my bile is flowing fast. Are you ready?
Aye.
Right Honorable. Start it that way, no matter we may think elsewise. Right Honorable, you have been pleased to send up unto us a certain prohibition or command that we should not receive or entertain any of those people called Quakers because they are supposed to be, by some, seducers of the people. For our part, we cannot condemn them in this case. Neither can we stretch out our hands against them to punish, banish, or persecute them. For we desire not to judge lest we be judged, neither to condemn lest we be condemned, but rather let every man stand and fall to his own master. Do you have that, Clerk Hart?
I have it all.
Wait now. You have the insanity to believe we dare send such a document to Peter Stuyvesant?
Do we dare not send this document? Do we dare to stand bareheaded before his wicked authority and bow and scrape and grovel every time he eats not well and issues another edict? Listen, we petition. We are free men and we petition. This remonstrance is not so much a denial of Stuyvesant's power to legislate our minds as it is an affirmation of our holy right to defy that power.
We will send the remonstrance.
They labored over the remonstrance, these people, wrote it into shape, and signed their names or their marks. The reaction of Peter Stuyvesant was normal under the circumstances.
Get me the ringleaders. Fling them in a jail. Find them. Run them out of the province. Offer a reward to all who give information on those who follow the Quaker sect. Enough of these heresies. I'll have no more. Set them up an orthodox minister and tax the inhabitants of Flushing for his keep. The English. By my soul, the Lord made the English only to test the patience of the rest of the world.
5 years later now, 1662. In the interim, Stuyvesant had magnanimously forgiven the town of Flushing its mutinous conduct and was busily occupied with the more pressing business of the colony, such as the importation of 250 fire buckets from Holland, the opening of a ferry between Long Island and Manhattan. But in 1662, Stuyvesant received a magistrate of the town of Jamaica.
It is my duty, Your Excellency. My duty, you understand. I do this solely because it is my duty.
And does the fact that a reward is offered for this information make your duty any the more digestible?
Oh, perish the thought.
But not the reward. Sheriff Waldron.
Your Excellency?
Our good magistrate has come with certain intelligence that should interest you, Sheriff. Tell him.
Well, now, I have heard... more than that, I know it to be an absolute fact from personal observation.
He spied on them, that's what he means.
Well, yes, I investigated the matter personally. In Flushing, sir, there is a man named John Baum who follows the abominable Quaker sect and holds meetings in his house every Sunday.
Baum, you say?
Aye, Baum. The spelling is B-O-W-N-E. John Baum.
What are your orders, sir?
Bring him in, of course. Here's your warrant.
Very good, sir.
The reward?
Wish on your reward. Even a vulture has the patience to wait until its victim stops twitching. Now get out. It is only an hour at meal time. It will take me twice that time to rid myself of nausea. Go on, get out.
John, how is the baby now?
His fretting has eased a bit. He seems better.
Good.
And you, Hannah?
I feel most unwell. My head burns like a dry log.
I will fetch some broth.
No,
Yes?
Open in the name of the governor.
John.
Be quiet, Hannah.
John Baum?
Aye?
I bear a warrant for your arrest.
On what charge?
For the holding of unlawful meetings, to preach and practice the Quaker heresy.
Is a man who sits with a sick wife and holds a sick child in unlawful meeting according to the reasoning of the governor?
Do you refuse to come peaceably?
And if I refuse?
I shall have you bound hand and foot and carry you bodily.
By your warrant, you have no such right.
Come. If I have no such right, I assume it.
My wife is sick.
And mine is lonely. Bound, let us not palaver as though this were some Indian trade. Do you come or shall you be taken?
I shall come. Here, Hannah, take the baby.
May the Lord walk with you, John.
Aye. And may I walk with him. Get well, my dear. I will return in time.
Mr. Dan Bound was held in the guardhouse near the gate to the governor's home.
Sergeant! What is it, Bound? What is it now? When will the governor see me? You asked me that an hour ago, and before that an hour, and all day. I desire to be heard on the charge against me. Well, then here's your chance. That's the governor coming up the walk now. Your Excellency! Your Excellency!
Sergeant.
Sir?
Is someone addressing me?
It is a prisoner, sir.
What prisoner? I see nothing but a hat sitting on a head, and it prevents me from seeing more.
Your Excellency, I am John...
Sergeant, will you be good enough to explain to the source of this disembodied voice that His Excellency the Governor is normally attended by certain courtesies, the most meager of which is the common decency of a removed hat?
Yes, sir. Take your hat off when you talk to His Excellency. I'm sorry, but bearing my head is an act against my conscience. All men are equal, and no man is in station above another.
Sergeant, did I hear some further talk?
Well, the prisoner says he cannot bear his head because of his conscience.
Sergeant, I perceive that we are being plagued by an apparition that hungers for justice. I suggest we lock up this ghost in our deepest dungeon until I pursue further the proper procedure against discourteous phantoms. Straighten your butler, Sergeant. It sits awry.
Yes, sir.
Now, let us not judge Stuyvesant too quickly. Stuyvesant was altogether a man of his times, a brave fighter, an honest administrator, and a total bigot. But then, in those days, bigotry was confused with piety, and tolerance was considered an advertisement of weakness and uncertainty. Such were the times. And as I've said, Stuyvesant was a man of his time. But he was not without feeling, and soon he hailed Bound before him in his court. You remember what happened then.
Doff your hat.
Not to any man.
I said take it off.
Not by my will.
A simple way to remove a hat is to remove the head it sits upon.
The action would be yours and not mine, and so the guilt.
And you think I would not gladly take such action?
I think you would gladly take such action.
Then doff your hat.
No, that I won't do.
What is it, man? Are you stupid or stubborn?
I am neither. I am merely a man who respects God and is humble only before God. I am a friend.
Take your hat off, friend.
No.
Sheriff, rip off his hat. Well, now, how do you feel about that, John Bound?
I feel pity and compassion and sadness. But only for you, sir. Only for you.
Your pity is not needed. And save your compassion and sadness for yourself. John Bound, how do you plead to the charge?
I have heard no charge.
Then hear it now. Sheriff, read the charge.
John Bound, you're accused of being a member of the abominable Quaker sect and of housing members of this sect under your roof in unlawful assembly. How do you plead?
I plead the charter.
The charter?
The patent granted to the town of Flushing by your predecessor, William Kieft, contained these words. The settlers are to have and to enjoy liberty of conscience, according to the custom and manner of Holland, without molestation or disturbance from any magistrate that may pretend jurisdiction over them.
Do you think I am not familiar with the wording of the charter?
I think you have overlooked it.
I overlook nothing. I am here to preserve peace, and not to tolerate despicable heresies.
What is despicable about saying that one man is all other men's equal?
It is not true.
You condemn our beliefs, sir. Do you understand them?
I have no wish to.
What do we say that is so infamous? We say that a person finds God within himself, that every man and every woman is ordained at birth into a priesthood of common worship, and that the pulpit is the right of every person desiring to preach the way of the Lord. We take no oaths, sir. We oppose warfare. And we have no professional ministry. We do not doff our hats, neither to sluts nor sovereigns. It is our belief. It may well be that you believe otherwise, but that does not make your beliefs right and ours wrong. Who shall judge? Who? But him that shall welcome us all as his children in his good time.
You are threats to the peace. You rouse the rabble by your preaching on open streets, in barns, and wherever you find an audience.
We threaten no peace. All we ask is peace.
Plead to this charge, and let's have an end to this.
I plead to nothing.
You find more lenience in this court than you have a right to expect.
I will plead to nothing.
And that is your final word?
The Lord will have the final word.
There followed now a time of furious inaction. John Bound sat in his cell, his hat firmly in place. Stuyvesant matched stubbornness with stubbornness, up to a point. The first month he kept Bound in a dungeon on a diet of bread and water. Then he thought better of his strategy.
Move him from the dungeon to a room in the city hall. Feed him well. He thirsts for martyrdom, the fool does. So we shall persecute him with kindness.
Bound sat just as firm in the city hall as he had sat in the dungeon.
Oh, enough of this. I will have the poor idiot off my hands. Tell him I will remit his sentence if he but promises to leave the province. Enough of this farce.
Bound would make no such promise.
Leave his door unlocked. Let him sneak away in the night.
John Bound was in his room the next day when the guard peered through the unlocked door.
Is there no way of ridding myself of this nuisance? Send him back to Flushing. Tell him I grant him the pleasure of his family for 3 days. I warrant that will be the end of John Bound.
Still, John Bound held his ground and waited outside the city hall.
I want him off my neck. The whole town is laughing at this comedy and at me. I say it's enough. Bring John Bound to me. We'll have it out this time for all. Now then, Bound, let us talk this over in good humor and with clear sense.
I will pay no fine.
Pay nothing. Only leave the province.
That I will also not do.
What will you do?
I will stay where I am until you acknowledge the freedom of all people in this province to worship God in a manner of their own choosing.
That right is granted to all the Quakers.
Freedom is not a thing divisible. It comes to all equally, like the air being breathed. If you deny freedom to one, you deny it to all.
That isn't true.
It is true. When the good people of Flushing sent you a remonstrance, you flung their leaders in jail. What was their treason? Nothing but a reminder of a promise already given. You persecuted me as a Quaker today. Who shall it be tomorrow? The Jews? Muslims? Who, sir?
You vex me, Brown. You've said enough.
No more than should be said.
You shall be packed off on the next ship to Holland, and good riddance.
And on whose hands shall be the guilt of my family suffers in my absence?
On yours.
No, sir, on yours. And the scar of it will haunt you the day you die. But I forgive thee.
Guard! Take this lunatic away. Send him off by the first ship. Rid me of his sight. I wash my hands of him at last.
That little land of large tolerance, John Bound spoke before the Amsterdam chamber of the Dutch West India Company. To their offer of freedom for Bound and his family in Holland, his reply was brief.
I cannot think that you, in sober earnest, believe that I would subscribe to any such thing, it being the very thing for which I rather chose freely to suffer want of the dear company of my dear wife and child,
imprisonment of person, and the ruin of my estate. This I did rather than yield to such a thing as you require. Wherefore, I have this now to request for you, that the Lord will not lay this to your charge, but to give eyes to see and hearts to do justice, that you may find mercy with the Lord in the day of judgment.
And this speech the chamber meditated, until their chairman took paper and pen and scratched thereon a little note. John Bound took the message and returned to America. Once again, he stood before Peter Stuyvesant.
You are familiar with the contents of this message?
It was sealed when it was put into my hands.
Then let me read you a portion. Yes. It is our opinion that the consciences of men ought ever to remain free and unshackled. Let everyone be unmolested as long as he is modest, as long as his conduct in a political sense is unimpeachable, as long as he does not disturb others or oppose this government. Well now, where does that leave us?
That is for you to say, sir.
Baum, I am rather a crotchety old man, and I do not pretend to be entirely convinced that the wisdom of this order. But it is an order, and as a soldier, I shall obey it. Perhaps the order is right, and what I believe is wrong. Perhaps. But this I know. You are a man of courage, and I respect you for that. And I respect the inspiration for such courage. Whatever it is in your belief that gives your spine starch and your will iron, by my soul, I like it.
It is not courage. It is faith.
Give it a dozen names. It is still a wondrous virtue. Listen, friend. We are worlds apart in our beliefs. But it is a tiny world. So tiny that two hands can stretch across it if the will is there.
The will is there. My hand on that, sir.
And mine. John Baum, in all respect, I doff my hat to you.
And the ending of the story is not here, for the Flushing Remonstrance, the courage of John Baum, are links in a chain that stretches from the day man first believed in freedom until the time not yet when all men will know its wonder. The Flushing Remonstrance is part of our American heritage, a heritage so enormous that it requires constant vigilance to protect and constant effort to preserve. That is why yearly, this year and every year, we set aside 1 week as Brotherhood Week. 7 days of rededication to the struggle for the establishment of a social order in which the religious ideals of brotherhood and justice shall become the standards of human relationships.
If you would like a copy of today's script, please send your name and address with 10 cents to cover the cost of postage and handling to the Jewish Theological Seminary of America, 3080 Broadway, New York. Now we take great pleasure in presenting Dr. Norman Orentreich of New York City.
Man has painstakingly acquired his rights: liberty of conscience, freedom of worship, equality before the law. Medicine, too, fought its bigotries and censorships to acquire the heritage we now possess. It was not many years before the Flushing Remonstrance that physicians were burned at the stake for attending women in labor. They attempted this disguised in women's clothes, masquerading as midwives. Doctors of that day wrote books on obstetrics without ever assisting at a birth. The prejudices of that day gave way but slowly to the enlightened obstetrics of our time. Only a century ago, Semmelweis was ostracized by his colleagues for washing his hands. His observation that the death rate on maternity wards attended by medical students was 4 times that on the wards where midwives were trained led him to believe that infection was being spread by the students who went without washing from autopsies to maternity patients. He reduced the death rate on these wards to 1/10 of its previous rate by asking the students to wash their hands thoroughly before attending expectant mothers. In spite of the obvious merits of his teaching, the prejudices of his colleagues made his position so untenable that he was forced to leave the hospital where he made this discovery. Whether it be the now obvious scientific right to wash one's hands or the religious right to wear one's hat, they are all part of the chain of freedom. The problem facing each individual is to determine when he must take a stand for freedom. Having made that decision, never can he say that the matter is too small for him, for the large issues of mankind are always resolved on the daily agenda of individual men.
Our Eternal Light drama today, The Friend and Peter Stuyvesant, was written by Irv Tunick and was presented in observance of the 300th anniversary of Flushing Remonstrance, which is being commemorated this week by the issuance of a special 3-cent stamp by the United States government. Cantor Robert Siegel sang the liturgical introduction. Featured in the cast were Henry Norrell, Ivor Francis, Guy Rep, Edgar Staley, Charles Webster, James Dukas, Leslie Barrett, Harvey Hayes, Abby Lewis, and Maurice Tarkland. The narrator, Roger de Koven. This is Mel Brandt. Our program was directed by George Vutsas. This weekly program is presented under the auspices of the Jewish Theological Seminary of America. This is the NBC Radio Network.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Command the children of Israel that they bring unto thee pure oil olive beaten for the light, to cause the lamps to burn continually in the tabernacle of the congregation. And it shall be a statute forever in your generations.
The Eternal Light. The National Broadcasting Company and its affiliated independent stations present The Eternal Light, a program which comes to you under the auspices of the Jewish Theological Seminary of America. Our program today, My Father's Talis, is written by Morton Wishengrad.
In my whole life, I have wanted only 3 things. To see my mother again, not to live in a concentration camp, and to have a tallis exactly like my father's. What is a tallis? It is a prayer shawl. My father's tallis was made of silk, pure white silk with blue stripes at the end. He used to tell me how in the good days before I was born, when the synagogues were standing, a man could put on his prayer shawl on the Sabbath and the holy days and not be molested. But I must tell my own story. How do you begin a story that has no beginning and has no end? I shall begin on that morning when a strange voice spoke through the loudspeaker.
You are no longer prisoners. Concentration Camp 48 is now under the protection of the United States Army. All able-bodied men are requested to line up for roll call. All children report at once for medical inspection.
Don't be afraid, boy. Sergeant, didn't you explain that I'm a doctor?
Yes, sir.
And tell him to put his bundle down.
He refuses, sir. He won't let that bundle out of his hand. Something about a Talis in it. Don't know what he means.
All right, Sergeant. Ask him his name.
Yes, sir. Der amerikanische Doktor möchte deinen Namen wissen.
Ich heiße Abraham Engel.
I got that, Sergeant. How old is he?
Wie alt bist du?
13 Jahre.
He says he's 13, sir. But if he is day past 11, my name is Shirley Temple.
Ask him to tell the truth. He doesn't have to fear us.
Na, sag die Wahrheit. Wie alt bist du?
13 Jahre.
He sticks to 13, sir.
All right, find out how long he's been in this place. That should get us somewhere.
Wie lange warst du denn in diesem Konzentrationslager?
10 Jahre.
10 Jahre?
10 Jahre.
What did he say, Sergeant?
He's been in this hellhole for 10 years, sir. That's why he's so scrawny, I guess. Good Lord.
Sergeant, see if you can find out why there are no other children here.
Yes, sir. Der Doktor möchte gerne wissen, warum keine anderen Kinder hier sind.
Denn viele sterben, nur wenige werden geboren.
Thanks, Kate. Doc, he says that when many are dying, only a few are born. Gee, kid, you look like 11, you say you're 13, but you speak like a middle-aged man.
Yes, you're not wrong, Sergeant. And judging from his appearance, he has no business being alive.
Jungens wie ich sind die biologischen Folgen dieses Krieges.
What was that, Sergeant?
He says that the young like him are the biological consequences of war.
Oh. Abraham Engel, now try to understand me, please. We're friends, see? Freunde. So take your shirt off, boy. I promise I won't hurt you. Now put down your Talis, whatever that is, and no one's going to take it away. No one. I promise.
To them, a talis is only a strip of silk with fringes at the corner. But isn't it also the badge of Israel? And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it, and remember all the commandments of the Lord, and do them, and be holy unto your God. I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt. You must understand what this talis means. I shall tell you only a few things. First, we were brought to the concentration camp 10 years ago. My mother, my father, and I. It is my first memory of childhood, that first day in the camp.
Anna, why are you taking off your wedding ring?
The boy needs bread, Joseph.
I don't understand.
There's a guard outside.
He won't give you bread.
He might, Joseph. For this ring.
All right, Hannah.
Abraham, you must not cry, my son. You stay with Father. Mother will be right back.
Well, Hannah?
I gave him my ring. He took it, Joseph.
And the bread?
No bread. He took my ring and he said no bread.
Don't grieve. We'll manage for the boy somehow.
If he had only laughed at me, Joseph. No, he just took the ring and he looked at me with a face of stone.
He didn't seem to be a bad fellow.
I thought so, too. I thought maybe he might even have a little boy of his own. So I showed him Abraham's picture.
Why, Hannah, what good is that?
I'm sentimental, I suppose. I thought a little child's picture might create a bond between two human beings. He looked at the picture. Then he said, "Move on, Jew."
You don't hear the guard, do you?
No, it's all right, Joseph. Hurry.
The board's almost up. It's up. We can hide it now. Abraham, quickly bring me the bag. Good boy. All right, Hannah.
Yes, but try to hurry.
Abraham, try to remember what I'm saying. You're only a little boy. I don't expect you to understand, but try to remember. This little bag, my phylacteries are here, and my Talis. I'm going to hide them, Abraham. Do you understand? They must not take them away.
Please, hurry, Joseph. I'm afraid.
Listen, boy. These are symbols. I wish I had a simpler word, but they are symbols. Just as Mother's wedding ring was a symbol. They took a ring away, Abraham. They mustn't take this away also. For we are only people, and people live and die by their symbols. When we lose them, we lose our dignity. And that's even worse than dying. All right, Abraham. You put it here. That's right, under the board.
Let me help you replace the board.
Yes, Hannah, you help to Abraham 3 human beings burying their symbols. Step hard, Abraham. Step down hard.
A Talis hidden beneath a wooden board. One symbol buried. And that night, another symbol was taken away. We were fast asleep when the sudden footsteps came. A door opened and slammed shut, and my eyes saw black boots, many black boots. They had come to take my mother away. I felt the breath leave my father's body. I tasted Mother's kiss on my mouth. But all I saw were the shiny boots. They were such clean boots, and so many, and so black with polish. And when the door slammed shut again and left us empty in the room, I reached my hand and touched the board where my father's Talis lay buried. And it seemed then that the light that shone was like darkness. And I cried. They told us she had been transferred to a camp for women. And for 10 years, while we were beaten and while we slowly starved and saw the horror surround us that was more terrible than death, we kept each other alive, my father and I, praying that somewhere she was waiting for us. And for 10 years, my father gave me his words to listen to, the learning he remembered from my study, and always the example of his own quiet way to follow.
Listen, Abraham. Why was man created on the 6th day? To teach that if he is ever swollen with pride, it can be said to him, a flea came ahead of thee in creation. You know why I teach you, Abraham? Because it is written in the Talmud that the world itself rests upon the breath of the little ones in the schoolhouse.
But, Father, how can anything be greater than the giving of the law to Moses?
The falling of rain is an event even greater.
But why?
The giving of the law was for Israel, but rain is for the entire world. Are not all men knit together with bones and sinews and clothed with skin and flesh?
Then what is it, Father, that curdles the spirit like cheese and turns it sour against itself?
Abraham, now I know you're no longer a child.
Joseph, why do you spend all your time teaching the boy?
It's foolish. Here is where we stink like animals. Here is where we rot. And here is where we're going to die. What good is the learning?
Someday there will be a place in the world for learning.
You won't live to see it, Joseph.
Perhaps not.
What are you smiling at?
An old story my father told me.
Well, let's have it.
Let Abraham tell it. He knows it.
Go ahead, boy.
A traveler once saw an old man planting a carob tree. When will the tree bear fruit? Asked the traveler. Oh, perhaps in 70 years, the old man answered. Do you expect to live to eat the fruit of the tree? No, said the old man. But I didn't find the world desolate when I entered it. And as my father planted for me before I was born, so do I plant for those who come after me.
Come along, Abraham. I think there are still trees to be planted.
There in the concentration camp, my father and I planted such trees as must always blossom and yield fruit. And my father said that the trees would grow, for the ground was splintered with bone and clotted with blood, and this, he told me, was the natural manure for man's learning. It was strange that he should speak so to me, for while we spoke of learning, the prison guards were shaking their fists at the sky against the plains. My father should have known the war was nearly over. Perhaps he would have shown me the Talis sooner, but he didn't know.
I've told you, Abraham, you must not speak of the Talis.
Only pry the board up, Father. Just show it to me. Only let me hold it in my hand.
No, Abraham, it isn't time.
Father, I even know the blessing for the Talis.
I pray you will know many blessings. May you know the blessings of the fruit of trees, the sustenance of land, and fragrant wood, and scented flowers, and faithful covenants in years of peace, and your mother's face. May you know all these blessings, Abraham. But it is not time for me to show you the Talis.
When will it be time?
I don't know. When men will no longer endure injustice. Perhaps when walls will not only shut out hate, but also let in light. Perhaps when I'm sure the war is over. Now, don't speak to me of the Talis. We shall accept our bounty of lukewarm water and potato peelings, and bless God, they give us even that.
Father, it's the guard.
Don't be afraid. He shan't do anything to you.
You there. You. I wish to speak with you.
Stay close, Abraham. What do you want with me?
Oh, here, take it. It's for the boy. Well, what's the matter?
I don't know.
Take it, boy.
What is it, Father?
Excuse me. He has never seen a whole potato before. Take it, Abraham. I just don't understand this.
There's nothing to understand. The boy looks hungry. Me, I'm not a mean man. It's a present for the boy. Well, aren't you going to thank me?
Thank the prison guard, Abraham.
Thank you for the potato.
I'm not such a bad sort, am I? When I beat you before... Well, let bygones be bygones, I say. You'll tell them, won't you?
Tell them?
Oh, you know what I mean. There are good Germans and bad Germans. Now, I'm not a bad fellow. You'll tell them, huh?
Father, he's speaking to you.
Yes, I know. Of course. It's a bit too much for me. You want me to protect you. Me? To protect you.
You're a fine fellow. You eat the potato, boy. Maybe tomorrow I'll get you 2 potatoes. Yes, sure.
Father, I think now you can pry up the board and show me the Talis. The war must be nearly over.
Has it mildewed, Joseph?
I hope not, Solomon. Open the little bag, Abraham, and take it out.
I think it's a risky business, Joseph. They'll kill you if they see it.
No, it's not mildewed at all, is it? A little soiled, but it's the Talis.
It's just like I remember it, Father.
Joseph, how many years is it since we were able to say a prayer together and put on a Talis?
You're quite right. Very selfish. I shall say the blessing, and we will each put it around our shoulders in turn. You first, Abraham. Hold it a little while, and then pass it. Baruch atah Hashem, Elokeinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvosav, v'tzivonu v'hisatev batzitzis. Jacob, once you could sing the melody, won't you?
Ma yakor chastecho Elokim, uvnei yodam betzel kenofecho yechetzayun.
That's how he sang. He put on my father's tallis, and he shut his eyes and sang the words. How precious is thy loving kindness, O God, and the children of men take refuge under the shadow of thy wings. They sate themselves with the fatness of thy house, and thou givest them to drink of the river of thy pleasures. For with thee is the fountain of life. In thy light do we see light. Oh, continue thy loving kindness with them that know thee, and thy righteousness to the upright in heart. He sang the melody, and the tallis in which he was wrapped was no longer soiled. We heard no one. We saw no one. Oh, God above, we should have seen them. We shouldn't have shut our eyes, for they had come. They had come, the black boots, the shiny black boots, boots all around us, boots that were not dirty, boots that were clean, that glistened with polish, strong boots, so many boots, and spilling over the boots, so slowly, drops of blood spilling over the shiny black boots, and my father's tallis bright with red, and my father's hand upon his tallis.
Joseph, can you speak?
The boy wants to see him, Solomon.
No, get some water for him first.
It's no use, Solomon. Let the boy see his father.
I tell you to get some water. Don't stand there and babble. He's still alive, isn't he? They'll give you some water at least, even if they won't send a doctor. In heaven's name, man, don't stand there.
Solomon, it isn't any use. Let the boy see his father before he dies.
I'm sorry. Send the boy in.
I am here.
Do you want us to leave you?
I'm frightened.
We'll stay with you, Abraham.
Father? Can you hear me, Father? It's Abraham.
Joseph, it's your son. Joseph Engel. It's your son.
Yes. He's trying to say something.
Have you the tallis?
I have it.
The tallis should be white, not red.
Yes, Father.
A man should be buried in his tallis.
We'll try, Father.
They won't allow it. You have it, Abraham. You always wanted a tallis exactly like this one.
Oh, no.
I don't know, Father.
Keep it. This. And you, Abraham. My symbols. You keep it. Solomon?
Yes, Joseph.
I'm rather tired.
Yes.
If his mother is alive, if you live, you'll help him find her.
I promise.
Good. I'm satisfied.
There are many graves in Europe, and there are no stones to mark them. Are not all men knit together with bones and sinews and clothed with skin and flesh? And bones become nothing, and sinews rot, and flesh sickens and becomes dust. And men plant trees and know that they will never harvest the fruit, yet the generations are not born into desolation. All my life I have wanted three things: to see my mother again, not to live in a concentration camp, and to have a Talis exactly like my father's. Now I have the Talis. Someday I shall see my mother, and on Sabbath she will say the candle blessing, and I will sing the Sabbath Kiddush, and perhaps that will be in Israel. It is a good thing to stand beside the barbed wire and be able to see a dream. Yes, it is a good thing. And my generation will not be born into desolation, for I shall show them my father's Talis.
If you would like a copy of today's script, please send your name and address with 10 cents to cover the cost of postage and handling to the Jewish Theological Seminary of America, 3080 Broadway, New York 27, New York. And now we take great pleasure in presenting Dr. Ben Zion Boxer, Rabbi of the Forest Hills Jewish Center in New York City and program editor of the Eternal Light radio series. Dr. Boxer.
The crisis which tests any man's life becomes a mirror where we all can see an image of ourselves. In my father's Talis, Morton Wishengrad has written a parable for all men who seek a clue to the wisdom of living. Joseph was confined with his son Abraham in a concentration camp in the midst of filth and degradation in the shadow of death. It was the greatness of this father and son that there in the concentration camp the father fulfilled the commandment, "Thou shalt teach the Torah diligently to thy children." We have sometimes made of learning and of life a means to another end. We study not for what study will do for the immediate hour when we engage in it. We work and struggle not for the fulfillment which each achievement brings. We think of some goal far off in time, for which the present is only a preparation. It was because some of Joseph's neighbors thought in such terms that they looked upon his endeavor as foolish. They could not envision a far-off goal. The road they moved on seemed to lead only toward the abyss. What does any man have, if not the day, the hours, the present? We all sail on an uncertain sea, and any moment a wind may erupt and put an end to our journey. Joseph used the present. He rescued the few hours at his disposal from the abyss, and he made those few hours into the crowning jewel of his life. For in those few hours he communed with God, he saw truth, he tasted a father's joy in witnessing the unfolding of his child's mind. The reward of learning and of living is always immediate. and the sanctification of the day, the hour, the moment.
Thank you, Rabbi Boxer. Our Eternal Light drama today, My Father's Talis, was written by Morton Wishengrad. Cantor Robert H. Siegel sang the liturgical music. Featured in the cast were Susan Douglas, Roger de Koven, Stefan Schnabel, Florence Stanley, Jim Dukas, Mandel Kramer, and Ivor Francis. This is Mel Brandt. Our program was directed by George Voutsas. This weekly program is presented under the auspices of the Jewish Theological Seminary of America. This is the NBC Radio Network.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Command the children of Israel that they bring unto thee pure oil olive beaten for the light, to cause the lamps to burn continually in the tabernacle of the congregation. And it shall be a statute forever in your generations.
The Eternal Light. The National Broadcasting Company and its affiliated independent stations present The Eternal Light, a program which comes to you under the auspices of the Jewish Theological Seminary of America. Our program today, A Heart of Wisdom, the story of Dr. Bela Schick, was written by Joseph Mindell.
I'm sorry, gentlemen, I'm late. I came from the hospital. It's in Brooklyn, you know. We will begin today's lecture with... I have said something?
Today is your birthday, Doctor.
Today? Yes, that's right, today.
Your 80th birthday.
If you begin to count, then maybe people will think it's time he stopped lecturing. Enough teaching.
No. I only want to say from the medical faculty and the staff...
And the medical students.
Congratulations and many happy returns.
It is good to be remembered. I thank you very much. I will tell you something. I never want to stop teaching. You must not think that I do not understand. You applaud my gray hair.
It is written, Thou shalt rise up before the gray-haired and honor the face of the sage. And I also remember the psalm, Teach us to number our days, that we may get us a heart of wisdom. I say the words, and I know that the heart also needs instruction. And I know, too, it is a good thing to be of a generation that can find even one man with the gift of teaching. Therefore, I will tell you of Bela Schick, physician and teacher. I saw Bela Schick for the first time when he came to America in 1923 to be director of pediatrics at Mount Sinai Hospital. It was the day he was taken on a tour of the wards and laboratories.
This is Dr. Freeman, one of our newer resident physicians. Now, Doctor, if you'll come this way.
Welcome to Mount Sinai, Dr. Schick.
Thank you. We have interrupted your experiment.
No, but I thought you might be interested in seeing...
Freeman is an industrious young man. His work may have promise, but on the other hand, it may very well turn out to be useless. We're going next to the pathology laboratory, Dr.
You were
Schick.
going to tell me what you're working on, Dr. Freeman.
On the sensitivity of some infants to milk proteins.
So, and what have you found out?
Dr. Schick, if you'll come with me now...
Where is it?
Where is what?
The pathology laboratory.
Oh, yes, on the next floor at the end of the corridor.
Good, you go ahead. I will be there.
But after all, Dr. Schick, you...
I want to know what Dr. Freeman has found. After all, should I not take advantage if I have the opportunity to learn?
A teacher must also learn. Of all that a doctor must know, the most painful lesson is that life is a tender thing and easy to be distempered. Bela Schick learned it more than 50 years ago, when the distempers of life were many, and children were the most susceptible. In any hospital, he could swab a child's throat.
Open your mouth, Kleinchen. It will not hurt much, I promise you.
And grow a culture in a Petri dish and place a drop under the microscope and see the tiny swarming shapes, the multiplying rods of anguish.
Bacillus diphtheriae.
50 years ago, the shadow of Bacillus diphtheriae hovered darkly at the bedside of every child.
She complains of soreness of the throat. Maybe I should not have called you, Doctor. I suppose it's not serious, only she seems so tired.
The early symptoms are comparatively minor. Chilliness, depression, a slight feeling of uneasiness in the throat.
Her throat is red and swollen, Doctor. I can see it myself. She says it hurts her to swallow.
The infection of the throat spreads quickly. The characteristic exudation appears on the inflamed surface as grayish-white specks or patches, increasing in extent and thickness until a yellowish false membrane is formed that may cover the back of the throat and extend downward into the air passage.
She's struggling to breathe. Oh, help her, Doctor. Help her.
The pulse becomes weak and rapid, the countenance pale. The false membrane covers the air passage, giving rise to asphyxia.
Doctor!
Poor little girl.
The serum was not effective, Dr. Schick.
I was called too late.
You did what you could. That is all any of us can do. You must not blame yourself.
I am not concerned with my feelings, Doctor. A child is dead.
My dear Schick, I'm only trying to help.
We have a serum, an antitoxin for diphtheria, yet thousands of children will be victims.
If you will permit me to say so, you are very young.
What has that got to do with it?
I have practiced medicine for more years than you have lived. I've seen so many sick children, so many. I have helped some to recover, but each one who does not recover... Schick, I do not have to tell you it is not an easy thing to stand by helplessly.
But we are not helpless.
You must accept the facts. Diphtheria will be with us for a long time to come.
The antitoxin produces immunity. In principle, it can wipe out the disease.
In principle. Sometimes a doctor must choose between helping his patients and making theories. Now, be practical. You would have to inject every child of every family and every school with antitoxin. It's simply not possible.
No, not every child, Doctor. Only those who are susceptible to the disease, perhaps less than half.
Yes, I know. I've read your paper in the medical journal. But how do you determine susceptibility? By a laboratory method more complicated and more expensive than injecting all the children. No, my dear Schick, a much simpler method is necessary.
You are right.
Of course I'm right. You mustn't take it so hard. Schick, you are not listening.
You said a doctor must choose. I do not think so. A doctor must accept facts, yes. But he must also believe.
Believe what?
Something more than present facts.
I don't know what you mean.
It is within the power of civilized man to cause infectious diseases to disappear from the earth.
The words have a familiar ring.
Yes, they were said by Louis Pasteur.
Oh, of course. I must have seen them hanging in the laboratory where you work. You and your friend Clemens von Petere.
No, we do not have to write those words down. We believe them.
Petere and I. Clemens, that boy August, he is developing an edematous area around the site of the injection, and his fever is up. I wonder...
So do I, Bela. I wonder how far the metabolic balance of the body can be upset before it collapses.
Huh? What are you talking about?
When did you eat today? And what?
That.
Yes, that. You work a full day at the hospital as a volunteer.
That's the first step to an assistantship.
Of course, but you don't get paid. And then you work half the night here in the laboratory. What did you eat today, Bela?
Now, Clement.
I will tell you. Coffee and a roll for breakfast. A sandwich for lunch. And who knows what, if anything, in the evening.
Well, do I look as if I am collapsing?
And I am the staff of the hospital. Dummkopf that I am. I keep forgetting to take you to lunch in the hospital dining room. Tomorrow I will not forget. Bela, I embarrass you and myself as well. But I am concerned.
I know, Clarence. It's a question of simple mathematics. When you divide the money I have for each month by 30 days, it comes out coffee and bread, not eggs and cheese. But I am healthy and strong, Clarence, believe me. Now, about that boy, August. He is recovering from scarlet fever because of the serum.
Oh, that's good.
But he is showing the symptoms of serum sickness. Now, don't you see?
I don't remember the chronology. Wait. You said he had the second injection of serum today.
Yes, at noon.
A few weeks ago, when he had the first injection, he took 9 days to react with the symptoms of serum sickness.
And with the second injection, he reacted in a few hours.
But the serum was the same in both cases.
Therefore, it was the human body that was changed by the first injection of foreign matter, the serum.
This confirms what we expected, Bela. We can almost formulate a theory.
Almost, Clemens. But first, a few more observations, a few more experiments, just to be sure.
A few more. That is to say, a dozen, 100 more a case. Experiments meticulously planned, carefully observed, cautiously interpreted, until they were sure. In 1905, they published their book, Serum Sickness.
By previous exposure, the body becomes highly sensitive to the foreign proteins of disease germs found in the serum.
Many symptoms commonly associated with scarlet fever, diphtheria, and other infectious diseases are in actuality symptoms of serum sickness.
Like the body's resistance to infectious microbes, serum sickness is the result of the reaction between antibodies and antigens.
That is, the natural process of immunity to disease is similar to the mechanism of serum sickness.
The body reacts in the same manner to other foreign proteins, such as those in pollen, in the leaves of certain plants, and in common foods.
This condition of heightened sensitivity to foreign proteins we call allergy.
The year was 1905. The patch test for susceptibility to tuberculosis is based on their work. The Schick test for diphtheria, the present understanding of allergic reactions, of the nature of immunity to infectious diseases, scarlet fever, diphtheria, poliomyelitis.
It is within the power of civilized man to cause infectious diseases to disappear from the earth.
The measure of a teacher is the fruitfulness of that which he first learns.
Since this lecture, gentlemen, is being delivered in the second half of the 20th century, I am obliged to substitute in place of clinical demonstration. Please prepare the slides for projection on the screen, Dr. Freeman. Dr. Freeman?
Oh, excuse me, Dr. Schick. I was thinking.
Oh, that's good. The slides?
They're ready.
So, I was about to say that nowadays There are so few cases of diphtheria that we have to teach it from pictures in textbooks. It has always been known that the disease is most common in children, for reasons which are now clear.
I was thinking of how it was when Baylor Schick came to America, when hospital wards was seldom without a case of diphtheria, and he taught by clinical demonstration. But often, as I made the rounds with him, he also taught what cannot be found in any textbook.
The boy is doing well, Dr. Freeman. You see, I told you I would make you better, no?
Dr. Schick, there is still another ward to cover.
Do not worry, we will cover it.
You've already spent 15 minutes at this bed.
Oh, is that so long? No, what did I do with my stethoscope?
You were using mine.
Oh.
Dr. Schick, I must tell you that...
That's a fine instrument. Thank you.
I think you ought to know that there's talk in the hospital.
Oh, about me? What, that I do not talk English so good, maybe?
Oh, that's true. I should speak it better by now.
No. It's being said that you spend too much time in the wards playing with the children.
Playing? I'm administering medical treatment.
Come now, Dr. Schick. I saw you just now making shadows on the wall with your hands. Shadows of a kitten.
A rabbit.
Oh, whatever it was, but I certainly would not call it medical treatment.
No? Dr. Freeman, maybe you were so busy looking at me that you did not observe the boy.
Well, of course I did. He was laughing, naturally.
Well, I am not one to quote often from the Bible. I think it's in the book of Proverbs. A merry heart is a good medicine, but a broken spirit dries the bones. That's sound medical advice. Oh, you do not believe me, eh? You think it is not dignified for a doctor to make shadows on the wall? Tell me, young man, you want to be a pediatrician, no?
You know I do, Dr. Schick.
A good one?
I do my best.
Then listen, to be a good pediatrician, it helps to be a little childish yourself. Well, let's go on.
Yes, sir. Now, the next bed is an unusual case.
The next bed case. Look with your eyes. This is not a bed, not a case. This is a child. A little girl separated from her mother. Sick, frightened. Oh, go away. I will examine her myself. Hello, sweetie. Who I am?
Every child knows who he is. He is a man who sees life as a tender thing and precious. He is also a civilized man who took on the responsibility of civilized men. And therefore parents also came to know him through the articles he wrote, through the words he spoke to them on the radio.
The United States diphtheria record for 1927 was 100,000 cases, with about 10,000 deaths.
He could be dispassionate with statistics, but not when he spoke of human life.
This means that 10,000 people died from a disease that could have been avoided. I think parents who know it is possible to prevent diphtheria and who nevertheless fail to have their children immunized take too great a responsibility on their shoulders.
It's a great honor, Jimmy. Dr. Schick has come to school to give all the children the test himself. Now, come on, Jimmy. Roll up your sleeve. It won't hurt.
No, Miss Teacher. Must not lie to a child. It will hurt, Jimmy, but only a little when I stick you with this needle. But you will not cry because you're a big, brave boy. You will forget all about it, and soon a doctor will come and look at your arm. If there's a redness, he will give you another injection, and then you will not catch the sickness. I promise you that... Well, what are you waiting for, Jimmy? It's all over, see? You didn't cry. Who's next?
Well, that's all, Dr. Schick. The whole class has been tested.
Good, then I'll go back to the hospital.
Oh, no, wait. That is, we have a surprise for you.
Oh, for me?
If you don't mind, I'll pin it on your coat for you.
Oh, such a big button. I cannot read it upside down. It says what?
It says, I am Schicked. Are you? All right, children. Turn around, all of you, and show the doctor.
Well, look, they all have buttons. So many Schicked children.
In Baylor Schick's study is an album with the signatures of 1 million children grateful for the gift of life. Mine is there, and perhaps yours.
Nowadays, there are so few cases of diphtheria that we have to teach it from pictures in textbooks.
The measure of a teacher is the fruitfulness of that which he first learns and offers to the world. He pointed the direction for an entire branch of medicine, pediatrics, and taught a generation of doctors. Taught them not only how to treat the distempers of life, but also how to learn by themselves.
Well, Freeman, what do you want me to say?
Have you read the plan of the experiment I want to do?
Yes, I've read it.
Oh? You think it won't work?
Well, that's not how I would do it.
All right, I'll do it your way.
Why? What did I say?
I mean, I'm willing to accept your judgment.
I see. Freeman, did I ever tell you about my operation?
Oh, no.
Acute appendicitis. I diagnosed it myself. I arranged for surgery myself. Everything went fine. After the operation, on the table next to my bed, there was a little jar. I tell you, Freeman, it was the healthiest appendix I ever saw.
No.
Yes. You see, I can also be wrong. It's your experiment, no? Maybe it will work. Try it.
Well, even if I succeed, Dr. Schick, I don't know whether I dare.
Publish it. No, why not, Dr. Freeman? Of course, publish your theory.
But suppose...
you see, there are only two possibilities. The first is that you may be right.
You really think so?
But if you are right, it is very likely that with the advancement of science, you will be proven wrong 10 years from now.
Oh.
The second possibility is that you are wrong from the beginning. That is, you are 10 years ahead of your time. Oh, you think I'm cynical, eh?
Thank you for listening, Dr. Schick.
Do not be offended, my friend. I only mean that we must not take ourselves too seriously. Our work, yes, but not ourselves.
If not himself, Baylor Schick takes every other person seriously because he is a teacher. He teaches with a word, a look, with a finger laid lightly on a child's pulse.
A doctor should have a falcon's eye and a lion's heart and the hand of a girl.
And then, at the age of 65, he began to teach another lesson.
I have been here at Mount Sinai Hospital for 20 years. I will be sorry to leave.
We shall all be sorry. But it's a fixed regulation here. Compulsory retirement at 65. Many businesses and institutions have the same rule.
What if a person is not ready for retirement?
Your feelings are understandable, Dr. Schick, but
Who is talking about my feelings? Just think. A young man goes to college, then to medical school, then he is an intern for a year or two, maybe a resident physician for another year or two. He begins to practice at 30, and after that it takes him 10 years to master his profession.
Come now. You know you're exaggerating, Dr. Schick.
No, I am only adding numbers, but you want to subtract. You want to make smaller the years of a man's usefulness, from 40 to 65, then finished.
We are not losing you entirely. You are still a consultant in pediatrics.
I tell you right now, I do not feel finished.
Of course not. I'm sure you have plans to enjoy your retirement.
Oh, you want to know my plans? First, I'm a consultant at Mount Sinai. I will be here. I will continue my experiments. I will continue my private practice. And I will not stop teaching. You understand, my friend? At 65, the brain does not retire. That was the last slide, Dr. Freeman.
Yes.
Then this concludes today's lecture, gentlemen. No one is leaving.
Well, we thought that you might say a few words, Dr. Schick.
Freeman, I have been speaking for more than an hour.
I
know what you mean. On my 80th birthday, I should say something of great wisdom. But, gentlemen, let us make it another time. On the occasion of my retirement. But if I should say something, perhaps you will permit me to repeat the words of Hippocrates 20 centuries ago. Wherever the art of medicine is loved, there also is love of humanity.
remember the words of the psalm. Teach us to number our days, that we may get us a heart of wisdom. I say the words, and I know that the heart also needs instruction. And I am glad that I have found a teacher.
If you would like a copy of today's script, please send your name and address with 10 cents to cover the cost of postage and handling to the Jewish Theological Seminary of America, 3080 Broadway, New York 27, New York. And now we take great pleasure in presenting from Washington, D.C., the Surgeon General of the United States Public Health Service, Dr. Leroy E. Burney. Dr. Burney.
In the early days of the germ theory of disease, it was generally assumed that when persons were exposed to diseased organisms, one of two things happened. Either the person was not susceptible to the disease, and it therefore had no effect upon him,
or he was susceptible and he became ill. Through the work of pioneer microbiologists, the discovery was made that man's reaction to disease could take another form. A susceptible person, it was found, could be infected but not become ill. His body could produce specific substances which protected him from the disease. And after this had happened, he had protection against any further assaults by that particular organism. This knowledge was valuable to the control of communicable diseases. But still, it was impossible to tell which people in a population had been infected in this way without becoming ill, and which ones had not been infected at all. Then the brilliant Dr. Schick developed a simple test which showed whether a person had protection against the toxins that caused illness in diphtheria. A whole new approach became possible in the study and control of this disease, and of other infectious diseases as well. Public health workers have had continuing reasons to be grateful to Dr. Schick. He provided a tool which enabled them to work with notable success toward the conquest of a disease that killed thousands of children every year a generation ago, but that today causes fewer than 200 deaths a year. He opened up the way to study the epidemiology of diphtheria, its behavior in the human population, and through the insights gained in that instance, to study the behavior of other epidemic diseases. Today, as we close in gradually on our enemies in the world of microorganisms, as we find more ways to seek them out and head them off, we know that we have reached our present state of knowledge because of the genius and devotion of men like Dr. Schick. I know I speak for the world of public health in saluting him today with admiring gratitude.
Thank you, Dr. Burney. Our Eternal Light drama today, A Heart of Wisdom, was written by Joseph Mindell. Cantor Robert Siegel sang the liturgical introduction. Featured in the cast were Stefan Schnabel as Dr. Schick, Guy Repp as von Petere, Raymond Edward Johnson as the doctor, Marion Carr as the teacher, Beatrice Pons as the mother, Herbert Duncan and Sam Raskin as hospital officials. The narrator, Dr. Freeman, was Roger DeKoven. This is Mel Brandt. Our program was directed by Robert Sussman. This weekly program is presented under the auspices of the Jewish Theological Seminary of America. This is the NBC Radio Network.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Command the children of Israel that they bring unto thee pure oil olive beaten for the light, to cause the lamps to burn continually, in the tabernacle of the congregation, and it shall be a statute forever in your generation.
The Eternal Light. The National Broadcasting Company and its affiliated independent stations present The Eternal Light, a program which comes to you under the auspices of the Jewish Theological Seminary of America. Our program today, Honey on the Book, The Life of Louis M. Rabinowitz, was written by Irv Tunick. It stars Eli Wallach as Mr. Rabinowitz and Theodore Bickel as the narrator-singer.
Editorial, New York Times, April 30th, 1957.
That this country is a land of opportunity for all has been proved innumerable times in the lives of innumerable individuals, but never more vividly than in the case of Louis M. Rabinowitz. But if he received much from this country, he also gave much. He once remarked, "People die, but culture doesn't die." It was to help make sure that culture and freedom do not die that Louis Rabinowitz devoted much of his life over many years.
Eulogies by the Times editorialist are distinctly hard to come by. We will tell the story of how this one came to be. Häufen Pripetschok brennt a Feuerl und in Stub is heiß. Und der Rebbe lernt kleine Kinderlach daheim alle Beis. Today, by some, this song may be considered quaint, a folk legend, sentimental, far off. But not to Louis Rabinowitz. To him, it sang a verity, a truth. By the fireside, where the embers glow through the wintry days, there the teacher softly with the little ones chants the Aleph Beis. Learn your lessons well, remember precious ones, the letters of the law. Chant ye once again, and yet once again, Kometz Aleph O. There was a time when those who sang this song sang it with such conscious warmth that the melody lit a candle and the words were tall. It was a paean, an exaltation to learning. It is also an introduction to the life of such people as Louis M. Rabinowitz. To begin with, we will forget the chronology of dates. We will concern ourselves with the far more important aspect of ideas. For this man believed hard, and all of his beliefs were rooted in experience. He believed, for instance, that people die, but culture lives on forever. Louis M. Rabinowitz came to America from Lithuania in 1900 at the age of 14. The America he came upon was vital and turbulent. Humanity flooded the Lower East Side of New York. It was a catch basin of anxiety, poverty, and hope. Main stem was the Bowery, a cobblestone straw that sucked the new vitality of the immigrant into the bloodstream of the city. At the crown of the Bowery was Cooper Union, all instructions free, open to all, irrespective of race, creed, color, or place of residence. This was the great oasis. Classrooms, quiet, and a library.
Now, Louis, you know you can't take that many books out at once.
But I have a job in Jersey now. I won't be able to come back for at least a week.
What, do you expect to read 9 books in a week?
It's like having money in the bank. Even if you don't use it, it's there if you want it.
Well...
Oh, please.
Go on, take them, before I change my mind.
Outside was the reality of the city, massive, bewildering, sometimes terrifying.
Stop him! Stop him! Stop him! Stop that man! Hey,
Out of the way, kid.
Hey, what?
I said get out of the way.
Hey, you, my book! Here. Hey, here he is. I got him.
Go on, that kid.
officer.
Take it easy. I'll handle it. Hand it over.
What?
Don't give me the dummy act. Let's have it.
I don't know what...
The what?
The one you stole from me.
I didn't...
Empty your pocket.
Look, I
You
don't...
dirty little thief.
I don't know what this is all about. I was just walking along and this man bumped into me.
Empty your pocket.
All right, but I didn't do it. Here, I'll show you.
That's it? That's my watch?
You're a thief. No, I don't know anything about it. That man, that's it. That man who ran into me, he must have slipped it in my pocket.
Oh, sure. Come along with me.
I didn't do it.
Come on.
I hope they put you away for 100 years.
Hello, son. Come on in. Sit down. You're Louis Rabinowitz.
Yes, sir.
My name is William Travers Jerome. Know who I am?
No, sir.
I'm what they call the district attorney. My job is to protect the public against all kinds of vicious criminals. You don't look so vicious.
Mr. Jerome, believe me, I didn't do it.
The watch was found in your pocket?
I told the officer. The man who bumped into me must have slipped it into my pocket. I don't know anything about it.
Ever been in trouble before?
No?
Do you have a job, Louis?
Yes, sir.
What do you do?
Paper hanger.
In school?
I study.
Where?
I go to Cooper Union Library and borrow books.
These on my desk?
Yes, sir. They're the ones I just took out. Can I have them back?
Well, let's see now. Darwin, Wallace. Pretty heady going. Do you really read these books, Louis?
Why would I have them if I didn't read them?
Well, we'll see. Let's see if you really read them. Suppose you tell me how Wallace differs from Darwin.
You mean you want me to tell you now?
Yes.
It's a long story.
Make it short.
Well, for instance, Wallace says a man walks erect because his foot was shaped a certain way. Darwin says that his foot was shaped in a certain way because he already walked erect.
Complicated.
No, sir. It's all a matter...
Who's right?
Right?
Yes. If you've read these books, you may have formed an opinion. Who's right, Darwin or Wallace?
Well, you know, Mr. Jerome, I lived in a little town in Lithuania. The nearest big city was Vilna. Twice a week I had to drive our horse cart to Vilna. And twice a week my brother drove it. Is it all right if I tell you this story?
Go on.
Well, I went to Vilna by way of a town called Probinsk. Why? Because on the Probinsk road, there was a farmer I knew who let me pick some apples. Now, my brother went to Vilna by way of a village called Kaminsk. Why? Because he knew a girl who lived in Kaminsk. So I went by way of Probinsk, and he went by way of Kaminsk.
What's the point?
Well, the point is, Mr. Jerome, we both got to Vilna. Wallace and Darwin take different roads, but they both get to Vilna.
Louis, you didn't steal that watch.
No, sir, I didn't.
I'm going to let you go.
Thank you.
On one condition.
Yes, sir?
You must promise me you'll never give up your books.
Give up my books? Mr. Jerome, books are my best friends.
And books remained his most faithful friends throughout his life. Some 50 years later, a reporter for the magazine New Yorker visited Louis Rabinowitz in his office. The reporter was frankly baffled.
As I understand it, Mr. Rabinowitz, you never went to Yale.
No.
And yet, if my facts are right, you've been making gifts to Yale to the tune of some $60,000 a year for a number of years. On top of that, you gave them $75,000 to set up this Judaica research project at Yale University, plus books, paintings, manuscripts.
Oh?
Why Yale?
Why not Yale?
I don't get the connection.
Wait, I'll show you something. You know what this is?
No.
It's a set of Dante that Fanny Braun gave to the poet Keats. Some of Keats's sonnets are written in the margin in his own handwriting. Imagine, his own handwriting. Here, you see?
Oh, yes.
I feel like washing my hands before I touch a book like this.
I can understand that.
You're a writer. Of course you can. But I'm a manufacturer of hook and eye tape. Isn't it wonderful that I can appreciate the treasure of this book, too? At 14, I came to America from Lithuania. I never had a day of formal education. I sold remnants in a pushcart on Hester Street. I was a house painter, a paper hanger, a dress trimmer, a machinist.
And all the time, the thing that kept me alive was that I had books. Whenever I walked into a library, I became rich.
Later, it's true, I made money. But you don't own money. The only thing you own in life is whatever you give away. Because what you give away is what you truly possess.
Yes, but now about Yale.
Oh, I'm coming to that. So, one day I found myself temporary trustee of a great deal of money. I felt obligated as a guardian to use it wisely. Then it occurred to me, people die, but culture lives on. So I decided to use this money for the one everlasting thing I know of, culture. So I started the Louis M. Rabinowitz Foundation, and among others, Yale received a number of gifts.
Well, it's a tremendous thing you're doing.
Honestly, I don't consider it so.
I don't deny myself anything, yet look at all I gain. I have a passion for culture. Look at this book again. When I touch it, I feel I'm in touch with Keats. I don't care if I die tomorrow.
Learn your lessons well, remember precious ones, the letters of the law. Chant ye once again, and yet once again, Comets Aleph O. Louis Rabinowitz's passion for culture was in the great tradition of his people. To open a book was joy. To read a book was life. When he was permitted to borrow his first book from Cooper Union, it was an ecstatic experience, one that must be shared. In those days, of course, he spoke only Yiddish, but we will take the liberty of translation.
Hey, it's me, Louis.
Louis. Hello.
I've got to show you. Can I come in?
Of course.
I got
Catch your breath.
I ran all the way from Cooper Union.
Oh.
Look what I got. They let me take it from the library. This book.
Let me see it.
My first English book.
The Descent of Man. Charles Darwin. Louis.
It's a wonderful book. Look how thick it is.
But your first English book. Don't you think you should start with something easier?
Easier?
Well, look at all the big words.
Big words, little words. They're all in my Yiddish-English dictionary. That's how I'll learn them. Do you think I want to talk English only in little words?
All right, if that's what you want.
Oh, you'll help me.
Of course.
Look, in the kitchen, maybe you have some honey?
Honey?
Just a drop.
I think we might have some.
Please.
Well, let's look.
Your mother won't mind?
Oh, I'm sure she won't. If we have some, I think it'll be in here.
It's not really important.
Oh, we do. There isn't much honey left.
All I want is one drop.
I'll get the spoon.
No. Just a little on my finger.
Okay.
So, now on my book. I don't think the library will mind.
What's that for?
Didn't your mother ever do it for you?
Do what?
Put honey on your first book.
No.
My mother did. On the first book, a drop of honey. And then you lick it, like this.
Louis, what for?
So that always, forever, you think of the two things together. Sweetness and learning.
Always, throughout his life, he thought of the two together, sweetness and learning. When he was able, he surrounded himself with fine books, fine paintings. Not that he isolated himself in a cave of culture, far from it. He was of the world and loved the world, and wanted to share sweetness with the world. So, he went to New Haven, to Yale.
He had lunch with the librarian.
I see that Park Burnett is auctioning off some rare books on American history. Have you seen the catalog?
I have, and I'd give my eye teeth to get some of the things they've got.
Do something for me.
Certainly.
Take the catalog and check the books you'd like to have. Mark down what you think would be fair price for them, then send it to me in New York.
Well, now...
Well, I'm going to the sale. I like going to auctions. It's fun. And maybe I can pick up one or two of the books you need at good prices.
Well, I'd be glad to. But some of the things we need may go as high as $100 or even $200 apiece.
Mark the catalog. Let's see what happens.
What happened was that every book marked was purchased, at prices well beyond the figures noted. And when a very grateful librarian called Louis Rabinowitz to express the thanks of the university, he was told,
"The best way to thank me is to let me know whenever something comes up you want, or something needs doing. I don't promise I'll be interested, but I would consider it a personal favor if you would let me know."
The calls came, and usually Louis Rabinowitz was very interested indeed. Item: establishment of a professorship in Semitic languages. Item: the Yale Judaica series, published for Judaica research at Yale University on the Louis M. Rabinowitz Foundation, a 12-volume monumental translation of the Maimonides Code. Item: presentation to the Yale Library of Caxton's Sayings of the Philosophers, the first dated book printed in England, and others. In 1952, Yale University established the Yale Medal, honoring individuals who have given outstanding service to the university. Among the first recipients was a small, unassuming man in the hook and eye business, who had been born in Lithuania with never a day of formal education in his life. 2,000 alumni, members of the faculty, and undergraduates gathered in Wolsey Hall and heard the citation.
His has been the immigrant's dream, fulfilled through imagination, industry, and integrity. He has believed in Yale and has shown it by strengthening our libraries and galleries, and by fostering research in many fields. During the 250 years, Yale has had no benefactor more discerning of its mission as a university.
Chant ye once again, and yet once again, come it's Aleph. So his love of learning, his adoration of wisdom, was something deep within him, and constantly he sought new avenues to follow along his chosen path. On Upper Broadway in New York City, he found the Jewish Theological Seminary. He walked in, literally, from the street, and met with its president.
"Whatever you want, let me know. I may be interested, I may not, but let me know."
Again, most often, he was interested. Item: establishment of the Louis M. Rabinowitz Research Institute in Rabbinics. Item: publication of Professor Saul Lieberman's monumental work on the Tosefta, the great commentary on Jewish law. Item: the University of Judaism in Los Angeles.
I know it's hard to get the complete picture when you're just in Los Angeles for a short visit, Louis, but Jewish life in this city leaves much to be desired. Philanthropically, we've done well. Spiritually and culturally, we've hardly made a beginning. We have nothing that even resembles an institute for higher Jewish learning. No focus of cultural existence.
Well, coming here, I passed through the Imperial Valley. It's marvelous what a touch of water can do to a desert. It makes it spring alive. Torah is water. It fructifies and enriches. You know, I'm on the board of directors of the seminary. We've talked a lot about setting up a University of Judaism here on the West Coast.
Do you believe it will ever happen?
Well, I believe, yes.
How can we make it happen?
Not by talk, by action, quick action. The board decided to go ahead, and I've just decided to give the building.
Give us the building?
Yes, that's the smallest part. You'll fill it. That's the important part.
He never measured the project by its size, not in cost, not in effort, not in time. If it needed doing, and by being done it would add to the sum of the world's culture, then he would have it done. Item: establishment of the American Jewish History Center. He liked to visit the library of the seminary and spend hours with his good friend, Professor Alexander Marx of blessed memory. One day, He noticed some yellowing, dog-eared books on the stacks.
It's heartbreaking, Professor Marx. Now, just look at the way some of these books are actually falling apart. Especially those printed in Europe 40, 50 years ago.
Yeah, it's the paper. Pulp. New York's climate just eats the pages away. The humidity.
Well, can't something be done?
Yes, certainly something can be done. There's a new technique that's been developed that can preserve the pages, but
what?
But it's very expensive. Thousands of books.
It has to be done.
It has to be done. So how shall we do it? Shall we turn away a dozen students?
I still say it has to be done.
How?
Well, I'll do it.
I don't think you realize what's involved. How much this will cost.
You haven't noticed my pockets, Professor Marx?
Your pocket?
I'm a walking filing cabinet. In every pocket, I carry the papers of a specific project I'm interested in. This vest pocket is the American Jewish Historical Society. This one is the New York Public Library. This one is for Dr. Nelson Glick's archaeological expedition in Israel. This one is Hunter College. You know what I've discovered about men's suits?
What?
Every time you put one on, you discover another pocket. Here, this one, this little pocket inside the big one. You see it?
Yes.
That's for saving the books. So do it.
By the fireside where the embers glow through the wintry days, there the teacher softly with the little ones chants the Aleph Beis. He believed deeply in books, and believed even deeper in the sanctity of human expression. He had been trained in the school of free ideas. Talk, fascinated, educated, crystallized, and entertained. And it sculpted a man, an American. There was a time in his later life when the country he knew and loved was swept with panic. The inalienable right of dissent was challenged. This worried Louis Rabinowitz. So he set out to find outstanding educators, not yet afraid. He provided the resources that created Columbia University's historic study on academic freedom. At one meeting, in answer to a question, he explained to Robert McKeever.
My friends, this is going back 40 years now, my friends then were anarchists, socialists, single taxers. They had more different labels than a row of canned vegetables. Any night, in any flat, on any street on the east side, you would find the intellectuals debating philosophy, politics, books, music, anything. This was my schoolhouse. It was my grade school, high school, and university. Saturday night, particularly. Oh, I remember those Saturday nights. These people I'm talking about, they were aflame with debate. Until 5 o'clock, the arguments would rage. And make no mistake, these people were serious. But at 5 o'clock, all the talk stopped. We all went out. Did we go to the streets to throw up the barricades? Did the revolution begin at 5 o'clock? No. At 5 o'clock, we all went fishing. Listen, I'll tell you what I believe. As many sides as there are to a problem, that's how many sides you should talk about. It clears the air. People let off steam, and here and there they have some good ideas. It doesn't hurt to hear them. If you don't do this, then what happens? You push them on the ground. You don't stop them from talking. You make martyrs of them. Suddenly, instead of an opinion, they have a cause. I've never gone to college, but that doesn't mean I don't know what a college is for. A college is a distillery. You put in what is read, what is said, what is thought, and out of this mash, if you're patient, comes a few drops of wisdom. That's why academic freedom is important.
The material success of Louis Rabinowitz followed traditional patterns. He had a natural understanding of machines. He became a machinist. Then a small businessman manufacturing hook and eye tape. Then a big businessman. But about the age of 50, Louis Rabinowitz departed from the traditional pattern. He began to worry about money, not how to keep it. He went his way with great independence, doing what others would not do, but what badly needed doing. He was never on the sidelines. He participated actively in every one of his widespread interests. He was not only a giver, he was a worker. He was a rich man, but money was the smallest item of his wealth. He could add up columns of wise deeds, total up ledgers of good and important works. He had licked the honey from the book, and the taste forever remained. We began with the New York Times editorialist. Let him say the final words.
No one man can assure the survival of culture, and more particularly of the books, paintings, and other physical objects which transmit culture from one generation to another. But the limits of what one man could do in this case were brilliantly demonstrated by Louis M. Rabinowitz. And it is for this demonstration particularly that his passing is mourned, and that his name will go down in the history of the friends of the humanities.
Learn your lessons well, remember precious ones, the letter of the Lord. Chant ye once again, and yet once again, Comets Alepho. Chant ye once again, and yet once again, Comets Alepho.
If you would like a copy of today's script, please send your name and address with 10 cents to cover the cost of postage and handling to the Jewish Theological Seminary of America, 3080 Broadway, New York 27, New York. Our Eternal Light drama today, The Life of Louis M. Rabinowitz, Honey on the Book, was written by Irv Tunick and edited by Dr. Moshe Davis. It starred Eli Wallach as Mr. Rabinowitz and Theodore Bickel as the narrator-singer. Others in the cast were Ronnie Liss as the young Rabinowitz, Joseph Julian, Roger DeKoven, Patsy Bruder, Dean Lyman Almquist, Joseph Bell, Alice Yerman, Guy Rep, Harvey Hayes, Charles Webster, and Marion Carr. Cantor Robert Siegel sang the liturgical introduction. This is Mel Brandt. Our program was directed by George Voutsas. This weekly program is presented under the auspices of the Jewish Theological Seminary of America. This is the NBC Radio Network.